Stop what you're doing. Take a moment and ask yourself, are you truly living or are you just existing? Because right now there's a force bigger than anything you can see, bigger than any fear, waiting to awaken your life. A power that whispers, you were made for more. You were created to rise. Most people live their entire lives average, chasing comfort, avoiding challenge, and pretending that limits are real. But what if I told you there is a God-given potential inside you so explosive, so unstoppable, that it can shatter every ceiling, every doubt, every you can't. If you want to stay average, then turn away now. But if you are ready to step into the extraordinary, stay. Because what I'm about to share will ignite something in your soul that no one, no circumstance can ever take away. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like something was missing? Like no matter how hard you try, the day feels flat, ordinary, and uninspiring. That feeling isn't random. It's your soul whispering the truth. You were made for more. Every single person in this room, yes, you has been placed here with a purpose, a calling that is uniquely yours. But here's the catch. Most people live as though life is just a series of random moments, as if the hours they have are disposable and the potential inside them is irrelevant. They settle for ordinary, for average, because they don't see the divine blueprint written inside them. Think about a seed for a moment. A tiny, unassuming seed falls to the ground. To the casual eye, it seems insignificant. It is buried under dirt, facing storms, surrounded by darkness. And yet, inside that seed is everything it needs to become a towering tree. It doesn't worry about being watered perfectly, or about the harshness of the wind, or about the path of the sun. It simply grows because its potential is inherent, because its purpose is encoded into its very being. That's exactly how your life works. God, the universe, creation, call it what you will, has placed within you a spark, a seed of infinite possibility. It doesn't matter how small it feels, how insignificant your contributions seem right now, or how many times you felt stuck. The potential inside you is waiting to bloom. Now, let's bring this down to daily life. You see, your divine purpose isn't always about grand gestures or monumental achievements. Sometimes, it's in the small, quiet moments. It's in the patience you show to a coworker when everyone else is complaining. It's in the encouragement you give to a friend who feels lost. It's in the late nights you spend learning, growing, refining your skills when everyone else is scrolling through distractions. Every single act, no matter how small, has the power to fulfill your purpose when it is aligned with the spark inside you. It all adds up. You may not see it today. You may not feel the impact tomorrow. But the seeds you plant now, the discipline, the care, the persistence, they are all watering the tree of your destiny. I want you to think about someone you admire. Maybe it's a teacher, an artist, an entrepreneur, or a spiritual leader. Look at their life. What you see on the surface, success, recognition, wealth, is just the visible tip of a massive iceberg. Beneath it lies years of intentional growth, quiet struggle, and relentless pursuit of a calling. What set them apart wasn't luck. It was understanding their purpose and refusing to settle for anything less than living it fully. That's exactly what is inside you.
That's exactly what is inside you.
The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary isn't talent alone. It isn't circumstance. It's the willingness to embrace the life you were designed to live and to take consistent. It's the willingness to live and to take consistent, purposeful steps toward it. And here's another truth. The world doesn't hand out validation for those who ignore their purpose. When you live disconnected from your divine potential, life feels heavy. There's an emptiness that no entertainment, no material gain, No temporary distraction can fill. But the moment you start seeking your purpose, aligning your daily choices with your inner calling, something shifts. Suddenly, challenges don't feel like obstacles. They feel like signals, like signposts, pointing you toward growth. Opportunities that once passed unnoticed become visible. Your energy changes, your relationships improve, and the people around you start to notice the light that you didn't even know you were carrying. Let's make it practical. Ask yourself, what are the things that make you feel alive? What are the moments when time disappears and you are completely immersed in what you're doing? Those aren't coincidences, they are clues, divine breadcrumbs leading you to your purpose. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's helping people, maybe it's building, creating, teaching, or inspiring. Whatever it is, there is a calling in that activity. And here's the challenge. Most people ignore those clues because following them requires courage. It requires stepping out of comfort zones, risking failure, and confronting fear. But here's the secret. Purpose doesn't live in comfort zones. It lives on the other side of challenge. It lives on the other side of challenge, on the side of action, on the side of faith that your life is meant to matter. The beauty of divine purpose is that it's not limited by your past, mistakes, failures, missed opportunities. None of it disqualifies you. None of it disqualifies you. In fact, those experiences are part of your preparation. Every setback, every heartbreak, every no you have faced has been shaping you, owning you, teaching you resilience. Think about it. A diamond isn't beautiful without pressure, and gold isn't refined without fire. The same principle applies to your life. The difficulties you face aren't punishments. They are the chisels carving out the unique masterpiece that is your destiny. So here's my challenge to you. Start seeing your life as sacred, as intentional, as powerful. Treat every day as a chance to discover, refine, and activate the purpose that already lives inside you. Stop looking for meaning outside yourself in temporary distractions. Stop comparing your journey to anyone else's. The divine design within you is unlike anyone else's. Nurture it. Believe in it. Take the steps, no matter how small, to honor it every single day. Because when you start living in alignment with your God-given purpose, ordinary life transforms into extraordinary life. Average disappears. Ended cake, limitations crumble. What remains is the force of your full potential, the fulfillment of the life you were always meant to live. Remember this, your life is not random. Your existence is not a mistake. You are not here by accident. You are designed with intention. You are placed here with gifts that only you can give. And if you choose to embrace that truth, if you choose to act on it, the world will have no choice but to bend toward the power of your purpose. Your divine destiny is waiting. Will you step into it, or will you settle for average? Life has a way of testing us, not because the world is cruel, not because fate enjoys
watching us struggle, but because the universe and God understands that greatness cannot be born from comfort.
Challenges are not punishments. They are your personal training ground, the very arena where your strength, character, and resilience are forged. Every setback, every obstacle, every moment of doubt is a divine invitation to rise higher than you ever imagined. Think about it like this. A blacksmith does not create a sword by leaving it untouched. The blade is hammered, heated, bent, and sharpened repeatedly. Only through that process of pressure and fire does it gain the strength to cut through anything. Your life works in exactly the same way. The obstacles you face are not there to break you. They are shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the victories that lie ahead. The pain you feel today is the edge of your potential being sharpened. Let's bring it into daily life. Maybe you've been passed over for a promotion at work. Maybe a relationship ended, leaving you questioning your worth. Maybe a dream you poured your heart into didn't turn out the way you expected. These are not signs of failure. They are the universe saying, you are stronger than you think, and this experience is your training ground. Each challenge is a mirror, reflecting the areas you need to grow in, the patience you need to cultivate, and the resilience you need to carry forward. Look at someone you admire, anyone who has achieved greatness, and you will notice a pattern. Their path was never smooth. They faced rejection, criticism, heartbreak, and moments where giving up seemed like the easiest choice. But they didn't stop. They saw each challenge not as a roadblock, but as a lesson, as a step in the gym of life. They realized that every difficulty had a hidden purpose, to make them unshakable, unstoppable, and unstoppable, and unstoppable. That is the same power available to you. Here's the secret most people miss. Challenges only feel heavy if you fight them without understanding their purpose. When you realize that every struggle is a form of divine training, suddenly fear loses its grip. Pain transforms from enemy to teacher. Disappointment becomes a compass, pointing you toward the next step you need to take. And frustration, it becomes fuel. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of self-doubt is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Consider the everyday examples that surround us. Think of the parent who juggles work, family, and personal dreams, exhausted but still showing up day after day. Think of the student who fails an exam but studies harder, determined to learn rather than quit. Think of the athlete who loses a match but trains twice as hard, knowing that each loss is a lesson for future victory. These aren't isolated incidents. They are proof that challenges, when approached with the right mindset, are the most powerful tools for growth. They teach patience, discipline, courage, and humility. They teach you to endure when endurance seems impossible. They teach you to rise when falling down feels like the natural choice. And here's something profound. The people who embrace their challenges don't just grow stronger, they also inspire others. Every time you overcome a struggle, you become a beacon of possibility for someone else. Someone who is sitting in the shadows of their own fears looks at your courage and thinks, maybe I can do it too. That's the hidden reward of challenge. Not just the growth it creates in you, but the ripple effect it generates in the world. By embracing your training ground, you don't just elevate yourself, you elevate everyone around you. Now let's make it practical. When a challenge arises, don't panic, don't see it as a threat.
See it as a message. Here is your opportunity to grow. Ask yours.
Lef, what is this situation teaching me? What skill, mindset, or strength can I develop right now that will prepare me for something greater? When you start approaching life this way, even failure loses its sting. Even setbacks become victories in disguise. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone toward the life you were meant to live. The most important lesson is this: your life is not meant to be easy. Your life is not meant to be easy. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Trials are not accidents, they are deliberate, designed to prepare you for the extraordinary. So the next time life pushes back, the next time the world seems against you, remember, this is your gym. This is where your mind, body, and spirit are being strengthened.
This is where your character is being forged. Face it head on. Learn from it. Rise above it. Face it head on.
Because on the other side of every challenge is a version of you that is unrecognizable in its strength, wisdom, and courage. The universe, God, life itself. It's not trying to stop you. It's pushing you to realize what you are capable of. Every hardship, every trial, every unexpected storm is not meant to defeat you. It is meant to awaken the giant within you. The question is, will you let it break you, or will you let it make you? Or will you let it make you? Will you shrink in fear, or will you rise in faith, resilience, and courage, knowing that every challenge is preparing you for the destiny you are always meant to claim? Remember this: challenges are not obstacles, they are opportunities. Opportunities to discover your strength, refine your character, and step closer to the extraordinary life waiting for you. Your training ground is here. Your moment is now. Embrace it. Faith is not just a word. It's not a thought, a fleeting hope, or something you whisper quietly when things get tough. True faith is action. It is the bridge between where you are and where God intends you to be. It's the invisible force that transforms possibility into reality, dreams into achievements, and ordinary life into extraordinary purpose. But here's the thing: faith without action is like a seed buried in the ground that never gets watered. It has potential, yes, but it will never grow, it will never thrive, it will never fulfill the purpose it was meant for. Look around you.
Every success story, every life that inspires, every achievement that seems impossible at first, it began with faith in action.
The artist who sketches on scraps of paper, believing that one day their work will touch millions. The entrepreneur who starts with nothing but an idea, a prayer, and a relentless determination to build. The teacher who stays late, pouring knowledge into students who may not yet see their own potential. Faith alone didn't create their results. Action alone didn't. But faith combined with deliberate, persistent action changed everything. Think about your own life. How often have you wished for change, for a success, for a breakthrough, while sitting and waiting for it to arrive? How often have you prayed, hoped, or dreamed without taking the steps that would make those dreams real? That waiting, that hesitation is the enemy of possibility. God has given you vision, ideas, and sparks of inspiration, but it's up to you to turn those sparks into fire. Every small step you take in alignment with your calling, every brave choice you make, every risk you accept, transforms faith into reality. Here's a simple example from everyday life. Imagine someone who dreams of running a marathon but is never trained before. They pray for strength, hope for endurance, and visualize crossing the finish line.
That's faith. But if they never lace up their shoes and take the first step, the dream remains just that, a dream.
Yet the moment they start running, even if it's just a mile, faith and action converge. With every step, their belief grows stronger, their muscles adapt, and their vision moves closer to reality. This is the exact principle that applies to every area of life: career, relationships, health, personal growth, and spiritual purpose. Faith is the seed, and action is the water that makes it bloom. The truth is, life will always test your faith. It will present obstacles that seem insurmountable, circumstances that feel unfair, and moments where giving up feels easier than moving forward. But here is the magic. When you act in faith, even the tiniest step forward has a ripple effect. Doors begin to open, opportunities appear, and guidance comes in ways you never expected. A conversation you didn't plan leads to a breakthrough. A challenge you feared becomes a stepping stone. A risk you hesitated to take ends up changing your life completely. Faith in action doesn't just move mountains, it moves you toward your destiny. Consider the everyday heroics around you. The single parent working 2 jobs to provide for their children, believing that their sacrifice will give them a better life. The student who studies late into the night, believing that their efforts will pay off in exams, scholarships, or future opportunities. The young artists posting their work online, trusting that the right eyes will see their talent. These people may seem ordinary, but their faith in action is extraordinary. They understand that it's not enough to hope, it's not enough to dream. They act, and in doing so, they rewrite the possibilities of their lives. And here's another truth. Acting in faith requires courage. It requires stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and believing in unseen outcomes. Most people shy away from action because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But courage is not the absence of fear, it's moving forward in spite of it. Every time you act in faith, you strengthen your courage, build resilience, and deepen your trust in the divine design of your life. You begin to see that what seemed impossible is, in fact, possible when you align belief with action. Daily life is full of opportunities to practice faith in action. Sending that email, making that phone call, speaking up, stepping forward, choosing persistence over comfort. These are all acts of faith. Even failure becomes part of the process because it teaches, refines, and strengthens you. The key is consistency. Small actions repeated every day compound into extraordinary results. Faith in action is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So, let this be your challenge. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to validate your dreams or to make things easy. God has already placed the spark within you. The opportunity is now. Every small step you take in alignment with your calling is a declaration. I believe and I act. I trust and I move. I am ready for the life I was meant to live. Remember, the power is already inside you. Faith is not passive. It is not a wish. It is action rooted in trust, courage and purpose. Courage and purpose. Start where you are, with what you have, and move forward with relentless belief. The moment you do, reality itself begins to bend toward your vision. The ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. Dreams become achievements. Fear becomes fuel. Life becomes what it was always meant to be, an expression of the divine potential living within you. Your faith paired with action is unstoppable. It changes circumstances. It changes perception. It changes your life. The only question is, will you act or will you wait another day, letting your potential slip by? Your mind is not just a part of you, it is a kingdom.